Hello, welcome to 3-Minute Theory. If you would like to understand the structure of music, but it's always seemed like music theory just sounded too mystical, like, is this going to involve math? If you have a desire to understand that, then what I'm trying to do may be for you. What I'm trying to do is demystify the structure of music. And I do that by providing a logical map. So we're going to jump right into it. This is terrifying. Look at that. But it's actually less terrifying than this. There's so many chords out there that are available, and you're just going to curl up in a fetal position and say, you know what, I don't care. Let somebody else make the music. So what we're going to do is we're going to narrow those chords. And today, we're going to narrow those chords a lot. We're going to narrow those to 3 chords. And you might have heard the three chord trick. There's a saying that, or maybe it's a song, country music is 3 chords and the truth. So we're going to talk about what those 3 chords are. We're in the key of C, which basically means these are the notes that are available in that key. Basically, we're trying to make this simple to start out with. And you wouldn't believe how powerful this is. There are probably 90% of the songs out there, I'm just throwing a number out, can be played with 3 chords. A lot of them have more chords than that, but I will give you an example. Amazing Grace is a good example. Ready? Do you hear those changes? Those are 3 chords. Those 3 principal chords are 1 or the tonic chord, 4 or the subdominant, 5 dominant. Now I've already made a mistake because I introduced scary words when you didn't need to know them. But what you do need to know is that vocabulary, and I'm not telling you anything you don't know, is the key to a lot of learning. Like again, I'm throwing out meaningless statistics. Half of learning, if you're going to school, if you're doing any kind of learning, is vocabulary. Because what you're doing is you're taking concepts and you're stuffing them into words. And so you can put them together a lot easier than big old concepts. So to start out with, a chord for our purposes right now is going to be just 3 notes, and they're spaced like this. There are 3 of them, so we call that a triad. This one is based on 1. So you number all of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we'll get back to 7 later. So this is 1, and this is the 1 chord. This is 4, and that's the 4 chord. This is 5, and that's the 5 chord. So those are what I call the principal chords. Now the one we're going to call a tonic, and that's your home. That's where the song lives. And it goes out on adventures, and then it wants to come back to 1. Wants to resolve to 1, to its home. Okay, so we talked about Amazing Grace, and just listen between now and the next session. Just listen to those chord changes. Another great one is Credence. So Midnight Special. Oh, you wake up in the morning. church bell, and they march into the table. Another great one is I fear troubles on the way. I see rivers overflow. Where is it? Yeah, those are the four. Those are the three chords, and I mixed them up. Now those are the three chords, and you see what I did here? I walked up to 4. This is what a 4 sounds like. Here's 1. Relative to 1, that's what a 4 sounds like. And it is called the subdominant. And then when you walk down from 1, that's called the dominant chord. So notice that the subdominant is 4 up. The dominant is 4 down. But I hope that doesn't confuse you, because the dominant is the 5th. But because of the mathematics of this, the number of notes that you have in here, the 5th is down 4 from here. So it's a 4th of separation. We're going to talk about 5ths later. I shouldn't have brought it up. Erase that from your mind. But 5ths become very key, become very powerful and enabling as you're learning this. All right, let's wrap it up. I'm sorry I took too long. The basics of this lesson is that the principal chords are 1, 4, 5, and you're coming back to 1. At this point in our learning, you're just trying to get back to 1. You're going on adventures out here, and then you're coming back to 1. So you might want to, between now and the next session, play some songs and pick out the 3 chords. So many songs, especially songs that you can sing around a campfire, because maybe you only know 3 chords on the guitar, and you'd be amazed at you could spend all night around the campfire using just those 3 chords. All right, thank you for listening. Next time we're going to add another chord to our tool chest.